know in the 20th century, the CIA bought a bunch of Jackson Pollock's paintings, these paintings, and essentially created modern art, and it is known to be a CIA psyop. Did you know that?
Did you know that?
And in the 21st century, we have lolcows, and in my opinion, that's the same. I think this is the same thing. I think that lolcows are modern art.
Is there anyone else in the room with you? Is there anybody else in the room?
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you can't tangibly see them.
And I think that there has got to be some kind of force behind it. And today, we're talking about Christine Chandler. I'm going to be referring to Christine Chandler as Chris Chan for this entire video. All right?
Those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this. Christian, what's up?
I've made a video about Chris Chan before, okay? I'm gonna say Chris Chan because it's way easier to say. She's an internet person that is crazy and has been in jail for a bunch of horrible things. If you don't know about Chris Chan, then stay that way. Chris Chan, bad, very weird. Maybe the first lolcow. The idea of Chris Chan was the beginning of the lolcow craze.
I will call you out, Mr. Curse.
I can't prove that, I'm just saying things. To be honest with you, alright, some bitch. I Caleb Lump cryptids. And Chris Chan is probably the most legendary of all the internet cryptids, and there has been a pre-sequel update, some kind of thing that has released to reshape public opinion in regard to Chris Chan. Not really, but there's body cam footage of Chris Chan, and I just saw it today, and I'm like, what the what kind of timeline are we living in exactly? This takes the lore to new heights, new depths, and will really change how you choose to perceive Chris Chan.
This is war.
Now, saying that Chris Chan is an internet cryptid isn't really that far from the truth. She's become somewhat of a mythological creature.
Mythological hero Achilles.
You can't accept that.
A deity, some kind of thing stemming from the depths of the Chris Chan lore, which is chronicled in an 85-part series on YouTube from Sam Gino. Each part is 40 minutes long. That's right. That's crazy. My recommendation, take a week off work, a whole week, and just spend that time catching up on the lore. All right, guys, dedicate yourself to absorbing the Chris Chan lore. Just kidding. You should and yourself. I don't know. I probably shouldn't say that. There is even a video on the channel we did 9 months ago covering Chris Chan. I mentioned that in the beginning. You can enjoy the speed run that covers some of those highlights, whatever you want to do. There's a little bit of context that's going to be lost in this video.
Bruh.
While not being the exact beginning of the story, the Sonichu comics are the encapsulation of Christine Chandler's life, failures, and fantasies. These are the backbone of this entire thing. They are poorly drawn comics that center around a character of Christine's creation from the depths of the mind of Chris Chan, Sonichu, an unholy union of Sonic and Pikachu.
Oh, Sonichu, I'm so happy with you. I love you.
And I love you, Rose Chew. As often as birds tweet, you are my lovely heart sweet.
The series has been ongoing since 2004, and since then, it has become somewhat of a diary in which Chris would insert herself into the story and become a form of creative expression and some kind of bizarre escapism.
Don't sweat it, Chris. There is a way to defeat him. What? Ancestor? Hello, Chris. It is you! So good to see a friendly face!
And it ends with an arrest and body cam. Okay, that's the point of this.
Do not fight, you will get tased.
Okay, well, listen, I will comply, but I'd like to clear up I'd like to come back with my things.
We'll get that all straight.
Yeah, we'll get all straight.
That's the point. This shit is crazy. This person drew this, started in 2004, and now in 2024, we're reacting to a body cam 20 years later. I was 7 when this started. That's crazy. And I'm gonna be 28 on Thursday, guys. And I'm not feeling good about it. I'm not feeling good right now. Help me.
Dude, what the f? Why are you f***ing here, man? You're so old. Where's your wife? Go home to your family, dude.
Maybe a like on the video. No, I'm just kidding. Don't do that. It'd be funny if when I said that, the little like button turned all rainbowy. That'd be really funny. It does that, I think. It does that sometimes when you say, smash like on this epic video. Anyway, so... Oh yeah, also I have a candy company. Go to sour.gg and buy some candy. We make it ourselves. It's really cool. It's free from artificial colors and dyes. I mean, those are the same thing. Colors and flavors. And we do a new flavor every single Friday, 3 Central Standard. Go join. 52 weeks, 52 flavors. We also always have the same gummies in stock. Fruit gummies, plant-based, delicious. We'll have little pictures of them up on screen, guys. It's the coolest brand on YouTube, easily.
Caleb, I got your fucking package, buddy. I'm excited.
And I'm so proud of it and everyone involved. It isn't my thing anymore. It's become much, 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 much bigger than me, which I'm incredibly grateful for. And yeah, go buy some. Use code Sonichu for 10% off. Let's do 20% off. How about that? It will give 200 uses. How about that? How about that, guys? How about that? That seems reasonable. Do this. Show this on the screen. Sonichu, 0 out of 200. Sonichu. Buy some candy. I don't fucking know. Also, send us pictures and videos of you guys with the candy. Let me know your thoughts. Review it. I don't give a if you don't like it, to be honest. We do a new flavor every week. Some of them are going to be not good. Some of them are insanely delicious, like Golden Ratio. Insane. Delicious. Aww. This series is Christine's magnum opus, which is very sad that this is a human being's magnum opus. This is my magnum opus. What the hell is that, Nemo? They added Nemo, guys! You, Nemo! I'm gonna kill you! Come here, you little rascal! There we go. I'm gonna eat myself a Nemo! Just kidding, that was me in 2017. I don't, it's a blur, I don't remember it. This series is Christine's magnum opoid, and while some may enjoy it, I don't like it. It has become widely famous for internet trolls, and they don't like it either, and they use it against Chris to ruin their life and destroy them and stuff. The whole story is very confusing and insane. Chris is in the series explicitly and implicitly, by the way. The self-insertion, that's totally real. This is Chris. There's a lot of wish fulfillment that goes on by self-inserting yourself into this weird, demented, twisted thing. One example of terrible shit in the series was in Sonichu number 8, when there was a hardcore adult scene between Sonichu and his love interest, Rosichu.
We're both nice and clean. You ready to get...
You bet you're sweet. Good thing we stopped for a pack of ones break easily on my...
Characters who previously were 16 and 15 years old, but are conveniently consenting adults. That is, of course, in this issue. A little bit of history revisionism. The Sonichu comic series shows many repressed urges, a devoid existence of healthy relationships, a lack thereof, you could say, and influences, healthy influences. There's nothing going on in Chris Chan's life that is good. Not having much dating history, Chris Chan also went on a love quest, hoping to eventually find a girlfriend to eventually marry and have her daughter. This was an over a decade-long quest with varied levels of success. This much success. Mostly it was an opportunity for trolls to troll even further and actually infect the life of Chris personally and like on a very deep spiritual level, especially with the release of sexy pictures Chris Chan uploaded. Humana. Damn, boy. She thick. Frankie, look at that. Look at the dump truck on that ass. Damn. All right, stop it. Sit. We're gonna have to work this out diplomatically. High five. High five. Did you just fake me? Christine has been trolled almost religiously by some. There is a bizarre, once again, almost religious nature to Christine's relationship with her fictional characters and universe. And this relationship is also one that has wholly distorted Christine's reality. That's right. Sonichu comics have infected the reality of Christine Chandler, and we'll be talking about that more soon. But this has been exploited and manipulated by trolls who led Chris Chan into eventually believing that this fictional world, CWCville, was reality And this resulted in grossly deepened delusions and insanity that led in an arrest! An arrest! Trolls even photoshopped Russian soldiers with headlines that they were looking at Christine. Sonichu. It's believable. I fell for that shit. I thought that was real. Straight up. I believe it. Honestly, that makes sense. Russians love that. They love that type of stuff. They love it. Similar headlines also entered the news cycle saying that Russian troops had invaded Christine's fictional world. Supposedly, this 1992 picture of LA riots was also used to convince Christiane that protesters in CWCville were rioting against one of her fictional characters being acquitted of molestation. That's real. That's real. And that's tough. That's tough. Yeah. It's tough to rationalize. Now, a lot of you new fellas are probably gonna be like, well, why are we punching down on this person, Christiane? This seems like just bullying. This seems like cyberbullying. Typically, I would absolutely feel bad if someone were to be trolled in this manner. And, you know, I didn't really do any trolling until after the arrest, to be honest. And when you find out the arrest, what the arrest is for, I'd say there's some trolling deserved, in all honesty. A little bit of fun. I don't know. This is crazy though. Normally I would feel bad though, and it's hard to feel bad for Christine given the reason why she was arrested, which is why we're talking about her today and the body cam footage. In mid to late June 2021, Christiane would enter into an Oedipus-style relationship with her mother, Barbara Chan. That's right, that's a birth name, Barbara Chan. Also, Oedipus-style, incestuous, however you want to call it, Christiane went to jail for doing something to her elderly mother.
But how did this happen? How did this come about?
Well, long which just mainly I was really, really horny and I need a true and honest relationship to come about. So obviously this was one of the best ways to do it, despite it being with me. And I don't want to believe labels at all, but right. Obviously you can tell the incest fanfics have come true and shit.
And this was admitted to in a recorded call between Chris and another troll, Isabella. The two would allegedly have sex every 3 nights.
Approached her with care and caution.
Mm-hmm.
It was a time approach. So I just gave her comfort and talked with her, and we just branched out slow and steady, and then I encouraged her positively, let her make the first move. And she wanted to do it. And
she did? Really? She made the first move?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Wow, Barbara.
The topic of consent in this relationship is one of contention, hence the jail. In the recorded call, Chris talks about how it took several tries and drinks for Barbara since she's older.
How is the sex?
I'd say it was satisfactory. It took a while. It took a few tries.
It took a few tries, yeah. She is older.
Wow. I can't even imagine this. I'm gonna look over this camera for a little while. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. It's very upsetting to me. And Petey and Frankie, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry that you have to listen to this.
Wanky. Oh, give me a paw. Give me a monkey paw. Give me a monkey paw. Oh, give me a paw. Yeah, thank you, Petey.
For this reason, the elderly abuse of her mother, Christiane was imprisoned on August 1st, 2021, following the execution of a welfare check that resulted in an emergency protective order being issued against her. And as a result of this protective order, Christiane was temporarily homeless and needed to find a place to stay, which would be the Richmond Regency Inn. That's where our beautiful body cam footage takes place as. Okay? This inn is where police would arrest Christiane inside her room, and the body cam footage has finally been made available after over 3 years since the arrest. This is like watching some kind of alternate universe, some kind of alternate reality. Wow. Very wild stuff. Christiane arrest footage. Huh, bad boys. What you want? What you want to do? Quit it. This arrest is perhaps one of the wildest involving an influencer that has ever occurred, ever. And there have been quite a few. In all honesty, the body cam footage was uploaded by Explore With Us Bodycam, and it is completely unhinged and diabolical. It begins as such, with 4 officers confronting Christine Chandler in her hotel room, motel room, and immediately putting her in cuffs upon entering the door, with a taser ready in case she wanted to start an altercation, which I wouldn't be surprised given the nature of the arrest. It takes 5 seconds for things to get strange, and they get strange right at the start because Christine starts saying the names of her fictional characters like they're the Father, the Son, and the Holy Ghost.
I can slip into my shoes. Magic Chan, Chriselle, Savannah.
While these words may seem insignificant to the officers, they carry a profound significance for Chris, which will be explained later.
One of these characters is Kryzel. In the past, trolls role-playing as her fictional characters have tortured Kryzel, and Chris even uploaded a video begging for this torture to stop.
Please, I beg you, stop torturing my Kryzel Rose Chew. Please, don't hurt her anymore. She means the world to me so much. Please stop torturing her.
That's awesome. I try not to use the word crazy too much and insane because there's crazy people who they watch my videos and they're crazy, but in like a cool way. This is crazy in like a, this is only one early example of how these delusions will reveal themselves and is a very tame example at that during the body cam arrest footage. Chris is then cuffed and they allow her to sit while they get their bearings in her room. The officers see a table covered in belongings and garbage, but they also haven't verified that she's alone. So one of the officers asks her if there's anyone else in the room.
Is there anyone else in the room with you? Is there anybody else in the room?
Her response is a mixed bag. She says that they're interdimensional and you can't tangibly see them. Huh? What the
Spirit, well, interdimensionally, you can't tangibly see them.
A physical person.
I've got to say the officers are handling the situation quite well, given the fact that they're responding to a call for service for someone who allegedly had sex with their mom under questionable consent. And they ask if there's anyone physical in the room. And yeah.
Is there a physical person in the room with you?
Originating from this universe? No.
Okay, good.
Christine then informs them that any other physical presence in the room does not originate from this universe. One officer responds, okay, good. Without batting an eye. What a champ, dude. What a champ. You know this guy's seen some shit. This is in Virginia too, back where I'm from. Pretty crazy stuff out there. Pretty crazy, pretty wild stuff, guys. That's awesome. At this point, an officer diverts his attention to the pile of shit on the table, asking if it's okay to go through the pile of shit. He is told that they can go through everything in the room as Chris Chan has nothing to hide.
Can I look through? Can I get your bag out of your?
I have nothing to hide. Go ahead and look through everything that's in the room.
Go ahead and look at everything that's in the room.
Go ahead. You have my permission.
Okay.
While going through one of the bags on the table, trying to find a wallet, the officer pulls out a giant wad of duct tape. He's perplexed and asks Christine where her wallet is, and the wad of duct tape is a wallet.
Where's your wallet at?
Oh.
Don't come over here.
It's the duct tape wallet.
Okay.
On the outside?
There it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Alright, let's grab a seat.
Okay.
That's the wallet. That's Chris Chan's wallet. Chris isn't crafty. Chris has the same craft skills as Chris has drawing skills. And they're terrible. Using the tools at her disposal, she created her own wallet. I love this wallet, dude. This thing is like the medallion, the legendary medallion we'll get into later anyways. Trying to figure out what they need to bring with them, the officers ask if Chris wants the whole wallet or just the ID from inside of it, as well as her phone.
Do you want all this to go with you? Like your wallet? Or you just want your ID to go with you and your cell phone?
Yeah. My wallet and my cell phone is over there in front of the tarot deck box.
Yeah, I got a cell phone right here.
Oh, that's my secondary phone.
That's your secondary phone?
And this is when we find out there are 2 phones. This part went very viral on Twitter because Chris started singing Kevin Gates' song 2 Phones. And that's very funny that Chris Chan is singing 2 phones.
Yeah, I have 2 phones. One for the trolls and one for my home. I got 2 phones. One for the boys, one for my friends. You think I need 2 phones? There's a song.
Yeah, Kevin Gates.
There you go.
Yeah.
If you couldn't imagine, this is the part where things go from weird to bizarre and then to interdimensional. All right, guys, we're on the precipice of interdimensional comedy here. What is it called? Interdimensional Cable from Rick and Morty?
ants in my eyes, Johnson. Everything's black. I can't see a thing. And also, I can't feel anything either. Did I mention that? But that's not as catchy.
The 4 officers are positioned with 3 inside the room and 1 outside. The officer standing outside the room notices that people are beginning to stare outside and asks Chris if anyone else was expected to show up. Simply for their own safety, of course. It's standard procedure.
Are you waiting for somebody to come to your room or something?
No, I was not. I was only waiting for the deputy that I talked with earlier today from the sheriff's office in Ruckersville.
Okay. All right. You're not waiting for like anybody else though? Any friends or anything?
I have nobody else.
The only reason I'm asking is because there's a car up there and there's 2 gentlemen staring at us.
Really?
Yeah.
They want to ensure no one else will come up to them unexpectedly, like Sonichu or Clarissa or I don't know, some other, what is it? I don't remember any of the names of any of the creatures. Imagine Sonichu pulls up on you though, where you're at a traffic stop. That would be scary. This is when the officers are informed that Chris Chan is both internet famous and infamous.
Okay, well, I would say question them because I am famous and infamous on the internet, so they may be video recording.
Cool. I'm recording you as well.
Well, that's... I figured that much.
The officers, being more rational individuals, have seen a duct tape wallet and heard Chris Chan's delusional ramblings about her interdimensional buddies. They try to find a more rational explanation for the growing audience.
Very military style hook. I wonder if it's Green County.
Baby blue Yaris.
Maybe it's a rental.
Yeah, it's good. That would be something Green County.
I mean, I know there's a lot of agencies that use rentals for surveillance. I mean, like staring.
Yeah, I know. That's why I asked her, just since concerned.
They can't tell if those are individuals from like another department using rentals for surveillance or potentially just people recording or the Men in Black. Maybe they've showed up and maybe the interdimensional thing is real and Chris Chan is a cyborg alien from some other planet in Zeta Reticuli. I don't know. While those 3 officers speculate at the door to the room, 1 officer remains inside interacting with Chris Chan and gets blasted by a Sonichu-sized fart.
I need a moment.
Okay.
Pardon my flatulence.
Disgusting, dude. The officer asks Chris if she wants to take her necklaces off.
Do you want to take your necklaces off and stuff like that, or?
You're gonna take them off when you get.
Yeah, you gotta take them off when you get to the jail.
Okay, but
Since they're not, the only thing they will allow are like crosses for like religion.
Chris says that they'll just be taken off in jail anyways, and crosses and religious symbols are the only ones that are allowed. This is when Chris informs them that her Sonichu medallion is her cross, and it offers her protection.
Okay, well, if I may speak, the Sonichu-shaped medallion, the big yellow thing at the bottom there, that is my cross. So.
Okay, I don't know if they'll allow that one.
Yeah.
It protects me greatly. So that I am willing to take off the other 2, but I really need the medallion.
Okay. Well, I'm just letting you know that when you get down to the jail, if you go to jail, once the warrants are confirmed, that you may not be able to keep it. Okay.
I don't know where Sonichu falls in terms of religious importance in relation to the triune God between the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, but it probably hovers somewhere in the middle. Just kidding. That's heresy. This bitch is crazy as f. The officers are understandably unsure of what to think of that, and they let Chris know that they don't know if that's gonna fly. All right, they're not exactly sure. While all this epicness is unfolding inside the room, the situation is becoming more concerning for the officers outside of the room as onlookers are showing no signs of losing interest. A 4th person is now staring at the officers, witnessing history.
I'm gonna have you go up there and see what they're doing. Like, it's not as a 4th person.
I mean, I want to go address them, but at the same time, they can kind of do that, but they're not obstructing at this point. I'm listening to you.
They're just looking. But if the crowd keeps growing, soon the officers will be outnumbered and there's going to be a riot. All right, there's going to be a riot in the streets. Before they can become too distracted with what is happening outside, inside the room, Chris Chan says something else that would make me question her sanity and grip on reality if I were the officer dealing with her. She informs the officers that on the off chance they felt like their legs were being punched, that's her husband, Maggie Chan Sonichu, on the opposite side of the universe, punching all of them in their legs. Now that's awesome.
By the way, if any of y'all has been feeling a punch-like sensation on your leg, that is my husband, Maggie Chan Sonichu, right on the opposite side of the universe field. He's punching you all each, just a gentle punch, but you know he is here.
Okay.
Did you feel it? He punched you first.
Yeah, so I didn't, but you know.
Punch him harder, hubby.
Yeah. There you go.
Maggie Chan standing on business with Chris Chan. The final stand against the feds. When the officers tell her that they do not feel the interdimensional creature punching them in the legs, she tells her hubby to punch harder. I can't believe that this is actually occurring and real. This happened 3 years ago. Just found out about it now. At this time, they're ready to move Chris Chan as the warrant for her arrest has been confirmed. So they go outside and they walk down the motel balcony, and she starts yelling at the growing crowds, calling them trolls.
You don't know any of these people?
I do not know those people, and
Okay.
Yeah, those are trolls. They're following me from the internet. Do not report this.
Don't.
Followers.
I think that's real.
Oh my God, what is this?
When they begin yelling back at her, referring to her by name, the officers start having their own reality bending experience. She wasn't lying about the internet famous stuff. What if she's telling the truth about her interdimensional husband, Maggie Chan Sonichu, punching him in their legs? They're gonna need to go get treatment for those wounds. Hey, what would happen if the dimensional merge happened at this very moment and Maggie Chan started beating the shit out of the officers, guys? That would be crazy. The officers were concerned for reality that the gathering crowd might not have their best interests in mind, but the opposite is true. They want to see Chris Chan arrested. And those in the audience are very thankful for their service and for Chris Chan's arrest.
Hey, thank y'all for y'all service, for real.
Appreciate it. I wasn't convinced that those were like internet fans, but that confirms it.
There you go. I mean, Google Chris Chan or Sonichu, and there you go. I've been infamous and famous.
Oh, look at that.
This is also when Chris is urged to make a holy proclamation, announcing herself as Chris Chan Sonichu, the goddess of the blue heart. Oh!
I am Chris Chan Sonichu, your goddess blue heart, and I continue to stand strong, and I maintain everything with Quickfill and my Sonichus and Rose Shoes and everybody.
I saw Chris Chan on the hill the other day.
Come on, Frankie.
Frankie, come.
Frankie, come on. Give me that. Give me that.
At this point, we also see the ever-present trend in Chris's entire internet career, and that is an inability to ignore trolls. Chris Chan is a lot like Daniel Larson.
Please leave. You are not security. No, you're not. I will literally have my security press charges on you. You're not security. You're not security. No, you're not.
And Joshua Block.
I'll take a shit on your chest and tell your mom on you, you little shit bucket.
I'm gonna eat you alive. You're done.
In that they sort of rely on the attention from people who do not have their best, they're lolcows. They rely on that. They rely on the trolls. They rely on the people feeding it. Even though it's bad for them, it's like the only thing that gets them going and the only thing that allows them to keep doing what they're doing and stay in their endless feedback loop of just horrid terribleness or whatever. I put Frankie in my lap and she's much better.
Frankie, baby. Oh, that's what baby just wanted. She wanted to get in daddy's lap.
Any attention, even harmful attention, is preferred over no attention at all, because that would mean it's just you and the voices. While she's standing with the officers outside their vehicles, they begin asking how she pleads and other ways of poking fun at her.
You're lost to about 3,000 people right now, Christian. How do you plead? Well, don't.
Let's not talk to them, okay?
Yeah, I keep in good faith. Everything is going to work out.
Let's not talk to them.
I feel.
And the officers advise her that it's probably best to not talk to them. Still, she cannot look away from the people who recognize her. She cannot stop engaging with people who see her as a novelty for their amusement and as a tool for clout on their streams, etc., etc., etc. The trolls. She's the lolcow. She'll never change. She can't even look at the officer or acknowledge him with a word because she's so locked in with the trolls. Just trying to will Maggie into beating the shit out of their dicks, hitting the dick in the balls like it's some kind of speed bag. See, Frankie, you would have freaked out if you weren't in my lap just then. After searching and or frisking her, the officers are ready to place her in the car and drive her back to the jail to put her away for a long, long, long time. But right at this moment, the crowd asks Chris Chan if the merge is coming.
Let's have a seat.
Okay.
She says, "It's imminent!" I'm unsure how many dimensions will collide, but she tells the officer that if Batman is his hero, he'll meet the Caped Crusader soon. Whatever the f that means.
It's happening now. We're on the very last thread.
It's happening right now. Why are you yelling?
We're living it. Dimension merge, baby. If Batman is your hero, you're gonna meet him very soon.
I bet you're never working overtime for us again.
Oh, certainly will. This is hilarious.
Now that Chris has had her ego pumped up so much with so much public recognition directly in front of the officers, a crowd literally formed. She has to inform the officer driving her about all of the lore on the drive to the station. She may be the captive, but I tell you what, he's the prisoner. All right?
You may recognize or know my comic books I have drawn over the years and my chronicling and creations and discoveries of the Sonichu and Rosechu Pokemon species.
I'm not aware of that.
Okay, well, give you a little bit of homework for research on your own time, then that's okay.
Chris tells the officer that she is a good and decent individual, totally disconnected from the reason that the officers are there in the first place, and all other forms of reality.
Essentially, I am a decent and good individual. I believe in everything that is right and positive.
More than that, she's a literal goddess, which will be proven in the days to come.
And I am literally a goddess, and that will be proven in the near days to come as we are on the completion of the dimension merge.
She rambles for quite some time about how in the 1380s, King Arthur ordered Merlin and his wizards to banish mythical creatures and overpowered beings from our universe, listing our universe's designation like she's some kind of agent of the Time Variance Authority in the MCU.
The universe half that was divided in 1380s by order of King Arthur, he ordered Merlin and 2 other magicians to remove and banish all dragons, unicorns, and other quote-unquote mythical creatures and overpowered individuals.
It also feels like the beginning of the first Shrek movie, when all the fairy tale creatures are put into concentration camps.
Give me that. Fine days are over. That's 20 pieces of silver for the witch.
This whole thing is so mind-bogglingly insane. I don't know what's going on. You understand what's going on, Petey? Huh? The dimensional merge will bring forth all the fictional characters from pop culture and bring them into our world, including the characters she's created or any characters that anyone has ever thought of. I fear this may include Skibbity Toilet and Pedo Bear. Sick. I'm sick. Are you all right, Petey? Now, if the dimensional merge ever happened, it was 3 years ago. Either A, it never happened, or B, it's been kept pretty well under wraps by the CIA, or once again, it didn't ever even happen. But that doesn't stop the goddess Blueheart. Though arrested in 2021, Chris was released in March of 2023 by court order. She had been facing felony charges for the alleged incest, but the charge was dropped entirely in August of 2023. So what exactly is Chris Chan up to now? Well, if you remember our last video on the topic, you'll remember Chris returned to the internet on a YouTube video, stating that she was resurrected and she has returned. She also, interestingly, denied the claims of having sex with her dementia-riddled elderly mother, and that was all lies. So, you know, fair play, I guess. However, a whole plethora of videos have now been posted to the CWCville Guardian YouTube channel, where she has began posting more lore plays. The play is the story of Jesus, but played as her characters from the Sonichu universe.
The Life and Times of Jesus Christ, a Christmas play by Angelica Rosechu. Read by me, Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler, Sonichu Prime.
This is one of the craziest things I've ever seen in my entire life. It is literally a play-by-play of Jesus' birth, doing all the voices of the characters, and it's voiced by Chris Chan.
Angelica as the angel Gabriel descends and startles Mary a bit. The angel said to Mary, "Hark, for you are highly favored. The Lord is with you. You are blessed among women." What is going on here? "Fear not, Mary. Behold, from your womb you shall conceive and bring birth to a son, and he shall be named Jesus.
What the f is going on? This is crazy. Is that Judas? Holy shit. She literally has the full nativity scene with Sonichu in the manger replacing the Lord Baby Jesus. This would go on for about a month with more videos posted afterward to the channel going through literally the entire story, but changed to fit her narrative of what she believed is completely real. The comments have all been turned off, and I can only assume what people were saying that got her comments turned off. It's the trolls. It's the trolls. Probably saying bad things like, you shouldn't treat your elderly mother like that, or I don't know, take a chill pill, or whatever people say. I'm not sure. Put your fries in your basket. What are the best comments that you see in my channel? It's mostly just like, your chin is really large, and it's like, wow, that's too personal, too real, too real. Why is your head so lopsided? You will fail. I know it. That type of stuff. The next normal video after the story of Jesus was an Etsy comments review where she was scrolling through her Etsy shop and reading the comments on items that people have purchased because she sold a lot of her shit. And yeah, well, check this out.
Once again, you can look at the Etsy store here and purchase medallions when they are in stock. Oh, pardon me. I couldn't help it. Anyway, so we're gonna look at some reviews, and I might reply to some of them, so let's have a look here.
She actually replied to someone who bought her charged rocks, which is literally just rocks from her driveway. I think they don't look special, they just look like rocks. They purchased them hoping that the rocks would give them some energy from the old Sonichu temple. That's some crazy shit right there, I tell you what. She scrolls through some more comments and finds someone saying that the Sonichu medallion has negative energy, and she is not having that shit, all right? She says it's not true.
The night I bought this, my husband and I had a huge fight. This item contains very potent... Yeah, no, there was no dark intention there. You're misinterpreting that. You're confusing what came from this as opposed to the fight you just had recently.
She defends it vehemently, all right? This medallion does not have negative energy. I will disprove that. This medallion is a religious symbol at this point. It is a symbol of great power, and it has negative energy. And those who bestow it upon the breadth of their bodies, their physical forms, will reap the consequences. All right. In a Chris Chan live stream highlights video, she includes her own favorite highlights and favorite moments. One of which is just her saying the N-word. I'm not really sure why she did that, not only on a live stream, but then also posted it to the channel as a highlight, but she did. And she also says it and says, I see where you're going there. I'm not going to say the actual word. But that was literally the word. So it's more just brain rot after this.
I see where you're going there. I see where you're going there. I'm not saying the actual word.
Someone also asked her how her mother was, and she yet again denied the claims that she had, any kind of relations with her.
That never happened. That never happened. Period. I said that when I set the record straight. There shall be no more talk about it ever again. I'm letting that one exception slide.
Also, going back to the charged rocks, they are from a driveway or a walk path. She posted a video stating that the rocks are the gravel at the Sonichu temple and is literally on her hands and knees picking it up and putting it in a bucket to sell in the Etsy shop.
We will be sorting out all the trash and the dirt from the stones before bagging them, like we did the last time.
That's crazy as The rest of the stuff on the channel seems to be AI covers, singing, and her complaining about My Little Pony, which is very bold. The last we've heard of her was about a month ago when she streamed herself on YouTube playing Minecraft. And the only notable portion of the stream is someone spamming the chat saying, "Rip Chris Chan, 1982, 2024. Anyways, to circle back to the negative energy of this horrible medallion, the curse of the medallion. See if you can get like an image of the medallion to spin around with text over it and like fire in the background or like some kind of dark energy, a title card. We needed to have more title cards. I think title cards are fun in videos. So that one guy on the Etsy shop said that the medallion of Sonichu had brought bad powers and negative energy into their home. Chris Chan denied that that claim is true and stated that there is no proof that the medallion is negative in its essence. But we do have proof. There is a piece of jewelry so powerful that it ruins the lives of whomsoever it touches. Anyone unfortunate enough to wear this jewelry is instantly cursed. This jewelry bears the symbol of a demon of the creation made by Yakub, the Yakub of our world. Chris Chan, the Sonichu medallion, you know. Instead of Yakub creating white people, Chris Chan created Sonichu. This medallion was custom created by Chris Chan herself, bearing the face of the character that she also custom created, I don't know, 20 years ago. It's just a yellow, shitty looking Sonic, pretty much. Anyway, Chris Chan has had some issues over the years with the medallion. Internet trolls are almost directly responsible for all of the bad things that has happened to her, and this tells the same story. The original piece was a prototype created by Chris Chan, and apparently nobody is sure where this thing is. It's like the Holy Grail, but also the Holy Grail for mouth-breathing troglodytes online. Chris's design philosophy is iterative at its base, and she would go on to make multiple different medallions in the hopes that trolls wouldn't be able to steal them. The real one's specific and unique, and all the iterations are specific and unique since they're custom made. This one was signed by herself and marked on the back to show that it indeed was the original. However, it wouldn't matter that the decoy existed. There are decoys out there, and this one was signed by herself and marked on the back to show it was indeed the original. But the decoy didn't matter. A troll posing as Bianca Weiss, a female that didn't exist but was Chris Chan's dream girl, eventually convinced her to send the medallions in, all of them. And in turn, a YouTube video shows the total destruction of the medallion in multiple ways, from stabbing it with a knife, to slapping it with pickles, to then it being burned and pissed on. And the troll would pose with it to really rub it in. Very wild. 2 more medallions were made, but unfortunately, or I guess fortunately, she destroyed the medallion after being told by some guy named Max to cut it and destroy it and then shove it up her ass, causing her to shit her own pants. That's Chris Chan. It's honestly horrible. The noises and scarring, don't watch it. There's no video to go along with it anyways. Don't listen to it. So the second medallion was destroyed by Chris Chan. The third medallion was destroyed as well due to dropping it at the End Games, a card game shop in Charlottesville that she frequented. I've been there. She had an outburst about it, slowly collecting the pieces off of the floor. This is all, by the way, a very long time ago. Like, this is deep, comprehensive stuff, legendary stuff here. Medallion 4 was created and had been worn ever since. You can tell it's the original because of the disgusting grime and dead skin and shit all over it. It literally looks like it's melted and rotted and burned. Apparently she wears it in the shower as well, so it's just grimed up to hell. There was a 5th medallion created, but it was only to be worn when she felt in danger. Therefore, it is a temporary medallion and doesn't hold as much power. It's just an accessory amulet to, you know, it's a specific use case, right? Now, there are obviously other medallions of the other characters, just in case you're wondering, but the Sonichu medallion holds the most power, and that power has been passed to others, and by power, I obviously mean it's a curse, as the things that have happened to people in the possession of this cryptic artifact, it doesn't turn out well, ever.
You and your family will be cursed for always and eternity.
But in order to make some cash, Chris Chan began to sell the custom-made medallions by her on Etsy, and one even comes with a megastone charged by her magical energy for $100. It is imbued with her power, and the power is a curse. You'll go to hell if you wear this or touch it, or if you interact with Chris Chan in any way, outside of just watching these videos purely voyeuristically, just detached from reality, just, oh, interesting. And then you go back to your loving wife and kids, and you go outside and you see the people in front of you, the world that's just in front of you. It's beautiful, all right? It's beautiful. The trees, the grass, everything, there's a cycle with everything. Everything's in circles, and it's beautiful, and it comes and goes and repeats, and you'll come and you'll go. And for some reason right now, you're watching this YouTube video instead of reading books. I don't read books. I actually do, but I feel like it's really stupid to say, I I like reading. I do love reading. If you want to read, let's read. What am I reading right now? I'm currently reading Soren Kierkegaard's, is it Bird of the Air, Lily of the Field? I forget the title of it, but it's about a famous gospel. The book of Matthew. Birds and flowers and stuff. It's pretty cool. It's a masterwork, I would say. Anyways, back to Chris Chan. People who have supposedly worn the medallions have had horrible things happen to them in the past. It all started with iDubbbz. iDubbbz, in an episode of Bad Unboxing, decided to put it on, seeing it as nothing but a mere joke. However, as the tides of time passed, iDubbbz has fallen from the mental ladder, completely losing his mind or whatever. I don't really know. He's a good example of something that's changed drastically after wearing the Sonichu. I don't know if it's bad. It's more so a joke, but they're saying this now because iDubbbz has been talking about trying to get a job, or stated that he might try working, and that the amulet, the medallion, caused this man to go from being one of the most popular YouTubers of all time and an insanely successful YouTuber to a DoorDash/Uber Eats driver, all because of the unbelievable power the medallion holds, the curse of Sonichu. Nick Rakita was also given a Sonichu medallion, and he put that bitch on.
The stars are aligned. A new host is chosen. Hail unto thee, Nick Chan Rakitachu. And then with that came this. And this was so weird because this came before the mention of Sonic in the trademark dispute that we were talking about last night. A Sonichu medallion has been passed to me. I don't know where this came from. I don't know what it means other than what it means, but that is that happened.
And if you're not super familiar with this guy, he's an internet lawyer who would stream and do a bunch of different content, but his life later turned completely upside down with drug charges. He lost his mind and more. The curse of Chris Chan enveloped him in less than a year. He completely ruined his career and completely lost all of his credibility, if he had any to begin with, to be honest. The next curse is very sad, and it is about Donovan Death Crips, aka Crip Daddy, a comedian, if you're unfamiliar with him.
Could you at least like crawl on your knees, or like not even, because like Ricky can crawl on his knees, right?
Yeah, but he's also a mutant, so.
Yeah. You got to like kind of walk, but you look like Ricky Berwick.
No, I'm not doing that. That's
Would
not
you?
worth it.
So you wouldn't trade bodies with Ricky Berwick?
No, Ricky's like the bulldog of human beings.
Super popular on Twitter. Cool dude. I knew of him for a long time. He followed me on Twitter. Still does. He died. He was a comedy legend. Imagine Ricky Berwick if Ricky Berwick was really funny. I don't really know much about Ricky Berwick either. I don't mean to throw shade or whatever. He passed on about a year ago today, and I don't think it had anything at all to do with the Sonichu medallion, but that's what the internet said because it's like a funny joke, and he was really offensive and really loved making jokes like that. So, you know. Most people got introduced to his content thanks to JonTron, I feel. He made a video collabing with Donovan. JonTron would also give his condolences to him. Jonathan Jafari, thank you, sir. He was a great guy. He was a great guy, Rip Crip Daddy. The reason he's even in here is because Donovan would post an image of himself on Twitter in people's replies with himself cosplaying as none other than Chris Chan with the medallion on. And this medallion was no ordinary medallion, but an actual creation from Chris Chan herself. The full power of the Sonichu imbued into Crip Daddy. And that power and curse is too strong for a mere mortal to bear. There are also some other cases of people who have bought the medallion and then like died horrible deaths or something like that. I don't really know. It touches everybody who it curses. Mutahar wore it. Not a good idea. I genuinely wouldn't wear it. I'm gonna be honest. Like if it was in front of me, I would not wear that. I don't think that it's funny. I don't like Chris Chan. Chris Chan fucking freaks me out and creeps me out, and I hate all that. I hate all of it. I hate every single moment of it. I'm very glad to be able to capitalize on being able to clown on it, etc., and enjoy my time with you guys on this awesome website. Yeah. There was also a cat that supposedly wore it and died, and another person supposedly had it on, and that was their cause of death. A Sonichu medallion marked 36. Could be fake. Also could be awesome. So yeah, the people are trying to figure out if the Sonichu medallion actually does contain some sort of evil magic or spirit that is causing all these horrible curses and things to happen to everyone who wears it because of what happened to Rakita Law. Yeah. A paranormal expert is actually looking into this shit. It's insane. The medallion is genuinely cursed, and I cannot stress enough to stay away from its powers, even as a joke. I'm not big into demons and stuff like that. I would love to invite them in and but I think the power of the Sonichu Medallion is so strong and so just pervasive that as soon as it goes around your neck, just bad luck. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. If you guys enjoyed, press the like button down below. Hit that sub button. Leave some ideas of what you want to see in the comments section. Go to sour.gg, buy some candy, bros, and subscribe to the second channel, whatever else. I really appreciate you all, guys. And go to the Gum Club if you want to see uncensored videos and content. Thank you all so much.